Welcome back to the Hardport Pub, everybody. Ooh, check out this new seating. Man, there's always something different going on at the Hardport Pub. Now, today's beer I bought strictly for the name alone, and that's because I think I got that nickname when I was in middle school because my initials are BP, so people used to call me BP, but then it just kind of morphed into Beep. And I went by Beep from middle school to high school to occasionally when I would go back, even after graduation, rare visits back to my hometown, some people still call me that. So this is called Beep's beer. So I thought, well, this is my beer. So I grabbed it. I liked that it had a retro looking kind of label. Never heard of it before. Didn't know who brewed it. Didn't know anything about it. But I bought a 6-pack of it. And I've drank 5 of them. Not all at once. I did just have 3, and I'll explain that in a minute. Had a little air condition issues and some other issues outside. So I was outside a good portion of the day. It's hot. Came in, wanted something nice and cold to drink, and I picked the Beep's beer. I was a little disappointed when I read that it's 3.5% alcohol by volume. So this is a very light beer. It doesn't mention that anywhere on the label. It's just called Beep's beer. This is a genuine Beep's lager beer, brewed with tradition from the finest barley malt, selected grain, and choicest hops. That's all it says. When your working day is done and you're wanting more than one, drink Beep's. It's 3.5% alcohol. So this, this is along the lines of a very light beer where you're gonna drink several of these and you're not gonna feel it. This is from Three Taverns Brewery, which I absolutely love. They're in the Atlanta area, Atlanta, Georgia. It's got to be Beep's, it says, and it does say serve cold, so it is ice cold. Let me get it out of the glass. One thing I did notice, that these make absolutely no sound when you open it, other than the can opening. There's no hiss or anything like that, so that kind of concerns me a little bit. But this will be my first time drinking it out of a glass. I drank the other 5 out of the can, and this is super light. Oh, I can't even. I don't know what that's going to look like on camera, but this thing, it's like I have a glass of Sprite because there's bubbles in it, and it looks like I maybe took like a minuscule drop of yellow food coloring and put in there, and it just looks like the weakest lemonade that you've ever seen in your life. But there are things, the color. Sure, if it's in a glass, you like to look at it, you want it to look not ordinary. This looks less than ordinary to me, just because of the incredibly light color. It's barely got any yellow to it at all. Snow White head. Carbonation looks to be okay. Let's get a little bit more in here, and then we'll give it a taste. I already know what it's going to taste like, but let me try to tell you what it tastes like. So here we go. Cheers. Getting something on the nose, not typical beer scent. Don't even know what that is. Cheers. Okay, the thing that I immediately noticed, like I said, I've had a few of these, drank them right out of the can. This beer tastes much better in a glass. It doesn't have an aroma, so to speak, but the flavor is more. Because when I was drinking this out of the can, I was very disappointed. The flavor was just so mild that my first thought was, if you don't like the taste of beer, then this would be a beer that you could actually drink and not find it offensive at all, because there's very little beer flavor in this. However, I'm going to change that now that I've had it in a glass. If you drink it out of the can, and you don't like beer, you probably will like it. If you put it in the glass, it does have a lot more, there's a lot more going on in your mouth. You can feel the carbonation really biting your tongue, and it just enhances the flavor. And now that I'm getting my nose into the glass, when I take a sip, I am getting a bit of aroma, and I actually inhaled through my mouth. When I put it up there, I was switching from my nose to my mouth, and I could actually taste the aroma. So this beer does have a little something special, but by no means is this a heavy hitter. Not really heavy on flavors, not heavy on aromas, not heavy on alcohol. I wish that that they would put something on here about it being light. As like I said, I really don't drink the low ABV beers anymore because I don't plan on having that many. Because this was so low, I did just have 3 of them, and this will be the 4th one. A little disappointed that a beer that took its name from my nickname. Did they name this beer after me? No, they didn't. I'm kind of glad they didn't, because it's just going to be a below average. Just because it was nowhere on the label that it's light, and I didn't find out until afterwards. This is not going to be a beer that I'm going to get behind. Three Taverns Brewery, I do love you. I've been to your brewery. I think it's fantastic. This beer, no, it's going to get a thumbs down from me. Not many beers do, but this was quite a disappointment for me. You see, Tiger didn't even want to come over here and get in on any of this, so that's okay. It is what it is. They can't all be winners. You know, I'm an easygoing guy. A lot of beers. Most beers I'm quite happy with. I'd have been happy with this if I'd have known it was a light beer, and then I drank it, because I'd have said, yeah, this is definitely a light beer. They delivered on what they said it was. But the fact that they didn't put it on the label bothers me. I was hoodwinked into buying it thinking it was going to be a regular beer, and then it ended up not being one. So, you know, I'm still going to finish it, still going to enjoy it. It's just not something I will ever buy again. So, take it for what it is. I mean, if you like light beers, you would absolutely love Beeps from Three Taverns. It's just a really, really light beer. Plenty of people love those, though, so don't let me stop you. I think you'd like it. If light beers are your thing, you might actually love it. So, thanks for stopping by the Hardport Pub, and we will see you next time. Till then. Definitely much better out of glass, but still not a whole lot going on there.